dramatic and very fun. Welcome back everyone to PRN Test Drive. Today we have another episode of PRNPOV, and today we are in the 2024 Civic Si 6-speed manual transmission. Let's take a look from the outside. So first off, this vehicle is in this really beautiful white color. They call it the platinum white pearl. As you can see, it's metallic flakes, shines under the sun like crazy. It's beautiful. In the front you get the SI badge, LED headlights. Off to the side you get fog lights, and you get these black, sort of matte black colored black rims wrapped in Michelin Pilot Alpine tires, 18-inch. So black mirror caps as well as black window trims, along with a simple yet stylish rear spoiler. Of course, you get another SI badge right here and dual exhaust tips. Overall, the silhouette of this vehicle is very, very beautiful. I'm a huge fan of this color scheme, white with black accents. And let's talk about the looks of this car. It's much more subtle compared to the last generation, and I'm personally a huge fan of this look. Now, of course, let's take a look inside and take a look at the space. So, in the rear, you get cloth seats with red stitching. Looks phenomenal, fits right into the sportiness of this vehicle. Ample amount of headroom. You get this little hump here for more space. Great leg room. I'm about 5'8", 5'9". You get bucket seats in the front too. Red stitching. So one thing I would complain is that the rear seats doesn't have as much red as the front seat here, especially at the door panels here. You see red door panels, but black door panels here. That's a bit unfortunate, but the front seat is where you want to be. But before we get into that, of course, we have to talk a little bit about what's under the hood. Gone are the high-revving VTEC NA engines. In place of it is now a 1.5 liter turbo inline-4 engine that produces 200 horsepower and 192 pound-feet of torque. Now this is mostly a carryover engine from the last generation. Honda says they have made improvements to the motor to make it more fun to drive and more responsive. We'll find out in a little bit in the driving segment. As always, Honda build quality is supreme. The hood close sounded amazing. Door close also sounds amazing. But let's cut to the chase and go for a drive. Front seats look very nice. The SI logo right here. The subtlety of the red and the black checkered pattern here, along with black seats. Red in the center looks phenomenal. Really like these seats. They're comfortable. They're not blazing hot in the summer if it's leather. They have good support. They have ample amount of support on the side. Red accents here. A little bit tacky in my opinion. This red doesn't match too well with this red. Very board racer like. Gotta go for a drive. Of course, we're gonna start off in sport mode. In sport mode, you get a red digital gauge cluster. Now, of course, we're gonna have to start off with a highway pull. Those shift lights, super cool. And when you reach the red line, it beeps you. So let's slow down a little bit. This is second gear. Let's give it everything we've got. And we get up to speed really easily. Unfortunately, there's a car in front blocking our views a little bit. But in sport mode, you get this synthetic engine noise from the top end of the RPMs. One problem with this vehicle, I think, is that the sixth gear is a bit too short. Now I'm driving 100 kilometers an hour and I'm already at 2,500 RPM. And when I do drive a little bit higher, 110 or so, we're getting closer to that 3,000 RPM mark. So I think, even though this is a short ratio or quick ratio transmission, I think it could benefit from a slightly higher, slightly longer sixth gear. So we've got some twisty roads up ahead, and let's find out how this car drives and how this car feels in a place where this is born to be in. So additional to looking at the clock here, you can actually see the fuel efficiency of this vehicle, and as you can see, it does very well in terms of fuel economy. And of course, we're still in sport mode and with some turns. What's cool about this car is that it has automatic rev matching, so it makes you look like a champ when you're downshifting. The front differential is a helical limited slip differential, so that does wonders for this car as well. The shifter is a short throw shifter. It feels quite well. Feels pretty solid. Unfortunately, sometimes when you come to a stop, it is a bit difficult to slap it back into first. It's a bit firm unless you go down sequentially. If you put it in neutral when you're coming to a stop from a fourth gear or something, and then you want to put it into first, it's a bit stiff. It feels like sometimes it would get stuck, but something to get used to. Another thing about this vehicle is the rev hang. So this vehicle has quite a bit of rev hang, especially on the higher RPMs. So that's something, again, to get used to. Downshifting feels great with the auto rev matching. You can turn it off if you want to, but upshifting, if you want to be truly smooth with the car, you have to be a bit gentle on the clutch. Again, so cool. Makes me feel like I am a champ. Again, quite fun. The limited slip differential obviously clearly does get you out of corners better than it would be an open differential. Ultimately, this is still a front-wheel drive car, but the super low speed turns, you will still feel the wheel spin up on the inner wheels, but on medium speed turns, it does a phenomenal job. It really does wonders for this vehicle. Now, of course, this is by no means a high power car, But this is what it's all about. You know, 200 horsepower with a manual transmission allows you to do those fun things like a dramatic launch, dumping the clutch, stuff like that. Just feels like it's a fun car. It's not a fast car, but it's fun, and it puts a smile on my face. I can feel a little bit of understeering over there, but this is a front-wheel drive car, has a little bit of understeer, but these Michelin Pilot Alpine tires still does a wonderful job gripping the road on conditions like this. Today it's about 11 degrees outside, still on winter tires, but it still feels super fun. Now, since this road is so fun, of course, we're gonna have to do a round 2. Again, the auto rev match. The chassis and suspension tuning is so good in this car. It feels so nimble, so agile, so sharp. The chassis is just done so well, and even on these slightly lower grip vehicles or lower grip tires, I still feel so planted. And ultimately, this vehicle just feels very manageable. 200 horsepower is not too much for front-wheel drive. On most cases, you will not spin up the tires. And overall, I'm quite impressed with this car. And of course, you have different drive modes too. Individual mode, you can customize a couple of things, really only the engine and the steering. So steering feel will get lighter if you're normal, and engine will be a bit more responsive if it's in sport. Other than that, if you want a suspension, adaptive suspension, you'd either have to go up to the Integra, A-Spec Elite, or the Type S and Type Rs. That's all for this POV segment. This car is 37,000 Canadian dollars after deliveries. Let me know if you think it's worth the money. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.